We're going to continue on with the unit about chemical reactions. So take out your notebook, label your notes with today's date on it, and then writing chemical equations from words. So we're going to be able to look at this chemical reaction and know how would we write this in words. Well, we're going to start by thinking back to first semester when we talked about ionic and covalent compounds and how to name them and write their formulas. So we're first going to think about what is MgCl2? Well, I'll go back to my naming rules, and this is magnesium chloride. The AQ stands for aqueous, so it is actually aqueous magnesium chloride. And then the plus sign right there represents it reacts with. And what does it react with? Solid, because the S means solid, lithium fluoride. And then our arrow means to produce, to yield, to form. While this is solid, then magnesium fluoride, that's also an ionic compound. And we have an additional thing that it produces, an additional compound, which is aqueous lithium chloride. So next, if I was given all these words, how would I write that? Well, solid sodium metal, sodium is Na. We do an S to show that it's solid. Reacts with means a plus, so we're adding something to it. Chlorine gas, well, I'm thinking, oh yeah, chlorine is a diatomic, so I'm going to need Cl and then 2 in the subscript. And then gas, to produce, we do an arrow. Sodium chloride. How do I write sodium chloride? Well, I think back to naming and writing formulas. Sodium is a metal, so therefore it is an ionic compound. Sodium has a +1 charge and Cl has a -1 charge. I can look at my periodic table of elements. So those charges actually cancel out, so it's just NaCl. And then I can go back and balance this as well. If once I've written my elements and written my compounds, I do not change the subscripts anymore, so I'm just going to add my coefficients. I would show my inventory while balancing as well. Make sure you write this in your notes, and then we're going to go on to the next example. Nitrogen gas, well, nitrogen is also a diatomic, so it would be N2 and then gas. Reacts with, so plus. Oxygen gas, which is O, also a diatomic, 2, and then gas. And remember, just because it's by itself does not mean that it will always have a 2. It's only those diatomic elements we looked at last class. And then to produce, so a yield arrow. And then nitrogen monoxide is a covalent compound, but that is written just as NO. And then I would balance it. All I need to do is add the 2 as my coefficient. Next, we have calcium. Calcium, again, not a diatomic, so it's just Ca. Reacts with, so a plus. Chlorine gas, chlorine is a diatomic, so Cl2 gas. To produce, which is an arrow. And then calcium chloride is an ionic compound, so I have to crisscross my charges. Ca has a +2 charge, Cl has a -1, so it would be CaCl2, and that's already balanced for me. You have 4 practice questions for each of these. Please write your equation. Then make sure to, once you've written your equation, written all the elements and the compounds, show your inventory and balance. If you have any questions, feel free to ask your teacher next class or send them an email and they would love to help you out.